Good morning, students. So welcome back to our physics class, and in today's class we will going to continue with our chapter heat transfer. So in the previous class we were discussing about the thermal expansion in solids. Okay, and I have already told you that thermal expansion in solid takes place by three methods. The first is the linear expansion, in which the length of the solid increases. Second one was the superficial expansion, in which the area of a solid increases. And the third one is the cubical expansion. So today we will going to start with cubical expansion. So what is cubical expansion? The increase in volume of a solid. So if any solid is there, and on heating that solid, if there is increase in volume of a solid on heating, is known as cubical expansion. So this is the simple definition of cubical expansion, means increase in volume of a solid on heating. That is known as cubical expansion. Now the following three factors that affect the cubical expansion in solid are, so as we have studied in linear expansion and superficial expansion, similarly in cubical expansion also there are three factors that affects the expansion in the solid, the cubical expansion in the solid. The first one is the original volume of a solid. So original volume of the solid means what was the actual volume of the solid. So if a solid is there, whose volume is 10 centimeter cube, and there is second solid is there whose volume is 50 centimeter cube. So the cube or the solid which was having more volume at initial stage, on heating it will going to show more amount of expansion. So original volume of a solid is the first factor. More volume of the solid, more expansion can be seen. Less volume of the solid, lesser amount of expansion will be seen. The second factor is increase in temperature. Like in linear expansion and superficial expansion, increase in temperature was the factor. Over here also, in cubical expansion also, increase in temperature is another factor. Means if you increase the temperature or more change in temperature will be there, more amount of expansion can be seen. Lesser change in temperature, less expansion. Like suppose if you are heating two solids of same volume, suppose if I take two solids of same volume, so two solids are there, suppose, which are having same volume and made up of same material, and right now they are placed at same temperature. Like suppose if the temperature right now is 50 degrees Celsius. Now I start heating both the solids at different temperature. So the first solid will be heated till 70 degrees Celsius. So 50 to 70. The solid one is heated from 50 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. So change in temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Now, and the second solid, if I will heat from 50 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, so change in temperature will be 50 degrees Celsius. So which one is showing more change in temperature? So more rise in temperature can be seen in solid B. So since more rise in temperature is there in solid B, you will find that more amount of expansion will be seen in the second solid. And the third factor is nature of the metal. Nature of the metal means with what material that metal is made up of. If metal is made up of such kind of a material that can expand faster, so in that condition it will going to expand more. So three factors are there: original volume of the solid, increase in temperature, and nature of the metal. So using the factors, we can say that change in volume is directly proportional to original volume. Similarly, change in volume is directly proportional to change in temperature also. And when you combine both the equations, you can say that change in volume is directly proportional to original volume into rise in temperature or change in temperature. Now, if you want, when you have to remove the proportionality sign, we will use equals to sign. In that condition, we require a constant, and over here the constant is gamma. So change in volume is equals to gamma into original volume into change in temperature. So this is the symbol for gamma, where gamma is the coefficient of cubical expansion. Gamma is what? Coefficient of cubical expansion. So gamma is coefficient of cubical expansion. Okay, so you have to remember that linear expansion, it takes place for the case of length, so one dimension. When you talk about superficial expansion, that means increase in area, that is two dimension, and increase in volume, that is cubical expansion, it is taking place in three dimension. Means linear expansion means only length is increasing, superficial expansion length and breadth both is increasing, and in cubical expansion length, breadth and height all three are increasing. So you can say it is three dimension. So linear coefficient was alpha, superficial coefficient was beta, and coefficient of cubical expansion is gamma. So we have all the three, you can say that, coefficients which are used for the formula, and you have to remember these formulas. Okay, so this is about cubical expansion. So from all the three kind of expansion, we can say that for a given solid, suppose you take a single solid, same solid having alpha, beta and gamma as the coefficients of linear, superficial and cubical expansion. So for linear expansion, coefficient is alpha, for superficial expansion it is beta, and for cubical expansion it is gamma. Then the ratio between alpha, beta and gamma, that is all the three coefficients, if I take out the ratio, this is for one dimension, this is for two dimension, and this is for three dimension. Remember, linear expansion means increase in length, superficial expansion means increase in area, and cubical expansion means increase in volume. So ratio of alpha, beta is to gamma is equals to 1 is to 2 is to 3. So this you have to remember, that the ratio of all the three coefficient of expansion, that is alpha, beta and gamma, is 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay, so this is about thermal expansion of solid.